The Bullock Museum is highlighting Texas women and their right to vote with the suffrage centennial. We have Kate Betts, Deputy Director, here to talk with us about that event. Good morning.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. So the event's happening next week. Tell us a little bit about it.
That's right. So June 28th is actually the exact 100th anniversary of Texas ratifying the amendment that would become the 19th Amendment, which granted women the right to vote.
Wow. So what are you guys going to be showcasing at this exhibit?
Right. So the exhibition has dresses, it has letters, it has posters, it has cartoons, it has a whole slew of things that will show you the story of decades of fighting by thousands of women across the state for their right to vote. It also includes things about the process after the vote. So we got the vote, what's next? Who still can't vote? What other issues of women's equality still need to be fought. So that's what the program will do as we kick off this exhibit. We'll have 2 scholars and a representative from the League of Women Voters, and they'll be talking about what happened 100 years ago and what's happening now and how those things all still play together.
And are there any big superstars that kind of stand out from the Texas suffragette movement?
You know, there are definitely names people recognize. Minnie Fisher Cunningham is a huge name. It's a great name. They called her Minnie Fish. But really, Texas is this conglomeration of people, right? So there literally are thousands of people who are working in a variety of different groups because they saw it as a movement where they needed to work together. So it's not necessarily one specific superstar who's really the face of the movement. And in some ways that's great because it could be anyone's face. And so we hope that people today will see maybe that could have been my face and maybe I'll be able to do something now that will have an impact the same way that these suffragists did.
Yeah, let the past kind of encourage the future.
Absolutely.
Love that.
And that's amazing. You guys have collected these archives over the years to showcase and for us to go and see.
Yeah, so the museum is incredibly lucky that we have great partners, both institutions and private lenders, to put together these collections. So we've been able to work with the Texas State Library and Archives, the Austin History Center, the Briscoe Center for American History over at the UT campus, as well as some private lenders to really tell a very particular, awesome Texas and Austin focused story.
And you said this kind of kicks off a month-long.
A year long, So this exhibit will be up. So this exhibit will be up for a whole year. So Texas is a very early ratifier of the amendment. It ratifies. It's the first Southern state to ratify the amendment. Then it takes over a year for enough states to ratify the amendment for it to become a part of the national constitution. So the exhibit will be up all the way through the end of August 2020, which is when the 19th Amendment officially became law.
Very neat. So if you can't make it out,
that's
on
right.
the day it starts, you've got a long time.
You sure do. And we hope to see you there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks, Kate. Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you for having me.